It was a great event, and it was interesting to see who were among the cabinet, the former cabinet, that rejected Minnis. And it is amazing. One of the things that I have learned is that they have always been disappointed with Minnis. They think that he was the worst prime minister in the history of the modern Bahamas and the worst F&M leader. These are the former ministers who believe that Minnis was a major, major mistake. And of course, I'm empowered to call their name, and they have reserved the right, depending on how I do it, to deny it. But I doubt they will deny it. I will start off with my cousin, Mr. Dionancio de Aguilar. De Aguilar, as you know, is an intellectual. He's also a multi-millionaire. So he really doesn't need Minnis. And he was so disappointed over when he sat down at cabinet and realized that Minnis was perhaps the most ignorant F&M. I felt so bad when a source close to De Aguilar described it. I said, no, Minnis is not the most ignorant F&M. It's me. And they said, no, Monica, Minnis is the most ignorant leader that the party has ever had. So De Aguilar showed up, and he will support Mr. Pintard. And then we had like two speakers who showed up. Rome Italia Johnson, she would be the real sister, but the F&M sister of the PLP former Minister of Youth, Dr. Daniel Dumfrey Johnson. And you would recall that Daniel Dumfrey Johnson is PLP, and his sister, Italia, is an F&M. Well, Italia showed up, and listen to me, it was fantastic to see that Italia, she has denounced Dr. Minnis. And the next person to show up was the High Commissioner to Canada under Minnis, and that would be the former Free National Speaker under Hubert Ingram, and that would be Alvin Smith. Alvin Smith, he showed up, he threw his support behind Michael Pintard. If you thought that was a surprise, well, guess what? What is Mr. Turnquest's first name? The F&M former Deputy Prime Minister?
Peter, K. Turnquest.
Kim is his first name, my spiritual advisor. It's just amazing. Why are you doing that?
His name is Peter.
Let's educate the
know him
people.
as K. Peter Turnquest.
His name is Kim. There's nothing wrong with him having a name Kim, because in Black Village, my neighbor named Kim.
He's a man?
Yeah, Kim is a man. So Kim, Peter Turnquest, he showed up, and he has shown his support behind Michael Pintard. He doesn't want to see Dr. Minnis, and he cannot wait to vote against him. So that was another blow to Minnis. And of course, Minnis had my boy there letting him know who all is showing up. And you would remember that Bain Town had a youthful candidate, Travis, what Travis' surname is? Robinson. Travis Robinson was there, and listen to me, Travis put on a show, Travis danced, Travis was excited, and Travis has had two men who have made a powerful contribution towards him in the Free National Movement. And Travis had no other choice but to break with Minnis, because he knows that he could depend on Brent Simnett for the campaign, and he knows that he could depend on Dionancio de Aguilar, because when Minnis fired Travis, Dionancio was not supportive of that. And Dionancio de Aguilar never stopped until Minnis, find his head and reinstated Travis. Brensel Roll, the former F&M minister responsible for national insurance, Minnis treated him badly, never trusted him, because no matter what ministers say, Brentsell refused to stop speaking to the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. And I regrettably put him on the spot on many occasions when he called into the show, and I put the question to him and said, do you love Hubert Ingram? Do you know Brentsell has never denied Hubert Ingram? Never denied Hubert Ingram. In fact, Hubert Ingram boasted to me, Brentsell, my brother Brentsell, he'll never deny me. And so, ministers victimized Brentsell. Well, Brentsell now is in a position to get ministers back. And he's going to get him back in a very peaceful and democratic manner, or should I say in a very peaceful and democratic manner, by going to the convention and voting for Michael as opposed to Minnis, because Minnis was not kind, Minnis was not loving, Minnis was not respectful. He was very contemptuous. And the worst part about it, you see, is they knew that they were more intelligent than Minnis. They knew that Minnis was more ignorant than they are. And so they were very, very upset. And it's a mistake that Minnis has made, and I would hope that he learned from me. I never try to play smart. Everybody knows that I try to be smart, but I don't play it. So most people are able to pardon me because they recognize that I'm not as educated, but Minnis played smarter than them. And then they got a shock when they all sat at the cabinet, when the big fat white American man, he came to sign, and all they ganked Minnis, because it's now coming out that how they told Minnis, he's signing an Indian man name. And Minnis would look at them seriously, and all they gink him and say, listen, there's fraud. Minnis didn't listen to them. So they now are in a position to get him. Simonette, what is Mr. Simonette's name? Sir Roland's son. What's Sir Roland's son's name? Bren Simonette. It was the biggest blow to Minnis, because Bren was able to get Minnis to give him a whole post office. You see the post office there? Minnis buy that from Bren, even though Bren felt that what Minnis was doing was improper and would get them in a lot of controversy. But Minnis overcome Brent because the money was juicy. So Brent, money has always been his weakness. So he sold the post office space to Minnis and the F&M government. And then, of course, Brent ended up, it is alleged, with $50 million worth of contract. And that is what has Minnis. Minnis is reported to be cursing and carrying on that if he knew that Brent would have done this to him, he would not have given him $50 million worth of contract. So last night was the launching of a campaign, and it was a night of betrayal. And if you went, you would have seen the art of betrayal at work as F&Ms took out their daggers. And as they took out their daggers, some took out their torch, and they proclaimed that Michael Pintard represents new generation, and that there ought to be a change in power. By their expression, they have demonstrated they have no confidence in Minnis, and now there is an attempt to save Minnis from embarrassment by trying to get the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram to talk to Minnis and to tell Minnis to back. So it was a big, big event last night, and F&Ms came out in red. Man, they were red. They were red as Minnis stood in dread. And although Minnis has been the prime minister of these red people, Minnis is now intimidated by the red people. And I understand that they now have a strategy to make Minnis sweat until the 1st of June, when they will all begin to vote him out. So it's a very powerful event. that is taking place there. And I really wanted to read to you the names of all of those who showed up, all right? Because let's see if I can find it. We even had, for instance, who did we have? You would remember that St. Anne's had an MP who was a Chipman. Do you remember St. Anne's former F&M MP? Chipman?
That's Reese.
No, Reese was Centerville.
Yeah. That's the other Chipman guy.
Well, anyway, as you work on it,
Yes,
let me tell them who was there.
I can see him on the photo here.
Yeah, the former minister, who among the people there? So we had Peter Tynecrest. Then you had the former minister of tourism.
Chipman? Hubert Chipman, that's right.
Yes, Hubert Chipman.
Hubert Chipman, yeah.
Hubert Chipman was there. And listen to me, Hubert Chipman can't wait to put the torch on Minnis. Minnis was very unkind to him because Hubert Chipman, I can speak authoritatively because Hubert Chipman was among those F&Ms who dissented, got rid of Minnis as leader of the opposition, and they all advised decent Loretta Butler Turner to appoint me to the Senate. So Hubert Chipman is my colleague, and I can tell you that one evening, secretly, he and I ended up in Long Island together on a mail boat, and I worked him. See, many people don't know, but I secretly jumped on a mail boat, and he was shocked to see me. I never revealed to him that I had followed him from New Providence to Long Island so that I could persuade him. And it was great. We had a wonderful trip. We had a wonderful discussion heading into Long Island. Well, Hubert Chipman did reward me by letting Loretta Butler know that he had confidence in my abilities when they all overthrew Dr. Hubert Minnis. So watch out for me, all right? Only me can affect what is taking place because I did a bunch of secret things. And that's one of the secret things I will tell you. So Hubert Chipman was there. And then Reese Chipman, he showed up. You would recall that Minnis put a political lie on Reese Chipman. Reese Chipman did not do anything dishonest or corrupt when he served. He merely attempted to carry out the law. And when Minnis saw that he could not compromise him, because he got a surprise. Reese was more man than he ever thought he was. You hear me? And when Reese would not bend down, Minnis got rid of Reese Chipman. I have the whole story on it because two of the women, them F&Ms, they worked in Reese Chipman's office and they kept me up to breast on exactly what was taking place. And all I would do is tell Reese to tell Minnis, he pardon. So I want you to know what was taken on. Well, Reese is back. All right? Reese is back. And Minnis is going to be in for a shock. So I told you that the former Minister of Tourism, Dionuncio de Aguilar, he was there. Then we had the former Minister of National Security, Marvin Dames. Now, Marvin Dames was very hard. You would recall that when the Ministry of National Security was renamed, I think it was the Ministry of National Security, and Marvin Dames was the Minister of National Security. Minnis attended that grand opening, and Marvin said some things that upset me as he announced how he supports Minnis's leadership, but perhaps you couldn't blame him because he was Minister of National Security. Well, he has a better choice now. His nephew is Shenandoah Cartwright. Certainly, it would be in Marvin's interest if his nephew becomes Deputy Prime Minister than for Bramwell McCartney's cousin. Bramwell McCartney's cousin, Dr. Hubert Minnis, to return as leader of the party and potentially prime minister of the country. So Marvin made a right choice. He decided that he's going to support his nephew, that's Shenandoah Cartwright, and Michael Pintard. So he's abandoned Dr. Hubert Minnis. Dr. Hubert Minnis has been waking the telephone. You see, you got to watch out for me. And many of his former ministers, they have not been taking any calls. They've been ducking him. They've been dodging him. They've been sending message that they're going to call, they're going to show up, and they've not shown up. Because what is happening now is a line has been drawn in the sand. And the FNM is united that Dr. Minnis should be turned back. They all have agreed that he's the worst prime minister in the country. They all agree that they made a mistake when they supported his leadership, and they all are united in turning him back. So a deal is now being worked out, and we're going to know if Hubert Ingram is the master politician that everybody knows he is, because what has been happening, we received a report last week that Perry Christie, isn't this amazing? Watch out for these Negroes. Perry Christie, is everybody know, he's a former leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, a former prime minister, and we received reliable report that Minnis was working through Perry Christie to get Hubert Ingram to find a way to pull him out the race. Isn't it amazing? So I asked them, what is Perry doing? So they said Perry was very tight-lipped, and I told them, do everything to see if they can get what Perry's doing. Well, you know, you got to watch out for Perry and the former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram, because they're like one piece in the same shell. And I believe that Christie could tell Ingram, pull Minnis out. I don't know why he would do it, but I'm told this is what is going on. So it's a very interesting development. I told you that Brenzel Roll was there. Yeah. Well, Dr. Dwayne Sands, who is running for chairman of the party, and he's a former health minister in Minnis administration. Dwayne Sands is there, and the party is united behind him. And then, of course, Dion Fowkes. Everybody knows Dion Fowkes. Dion Fowkes is perhaps one of the most skillful political analysts and maneuverer. Don't forget who's his father. His father is the former Governor General, Sir Arthur Fowkes. And I'll tell you something, Sir Arthur Fowkes has been like the silver orator of the FNM, and perhaps one of the greatest political strategists and thinker in the modern Bahamas. And for many, many years in the governing Progressive Liberal Party, when Pinling came to power in 1967, he was like Pinling intellectual advisor. In fact, Sir Arthur Fowkes was so good that during the independence conference in London, the British put in one word that was big for most of us, but it was small for Sir Arthur Fowkes. And when Sir Arthur Fowkes saw it, I think the British may have suggested that it was the Honorable Arthur Hanna who slipped that in. But it was Sir Arthur Fowkes who discovered it and alerted the FNM, and they row, and then the British move it. It's called, if I could remember this word, see, the word is so big. And in 1972, I was so young, but I think the word was called rustification. I might have it right, rustification. I may have it wrong. And if I have it wrong, don't blame me. They should have made sure I got a good education, because one day Sir Bats was going to hire me. And if they'd made sure I had a good education, then I'd have been able to explain these things correctly. And that is why education is so important. And that is why we should make sure that every child is properly educated, because we don't know what they could accidentally end up becoming. Now, you see what I've become? I'm a superstar. I cut movies. I act on Sabat's show. And then I could end up not properly analyzing and explaining the meaning of the word rustification. I believe it's rustification. Look up for the word rustification. but it's where if you commit a crime, you could be sentenced to the island of your birth. Is it Russification? I don't know. Such a big word.
Google it, Mr. Medusa.
All right.
Let's see
what it is, and I'll send a code out to Ezekiel. Ezekiel, thou standest on the promised land. Send me the word that's the art of found.
Ezekiel is not going to know that word.
Ezekiel knows that word.
Which Ezekiel? Better known as Brother Joe?
No, not Brother Joe.
Oh, okay.
This is Ezekiel, a direct descendant. And then, of course, I told you that Hubert Chapman was there. Then you had Richard Lightburn. Now, Richard Lightburn is a Conkey Joe man. His brother was the former member of Parliament. His brother was Colin Michael Lightburn, wonderful member of Parliament in his days. Richard Lightburn was treated badly by Dr. Minnis. And of course, Richard now has an opportunity as a Conkey Joe man to get Minnis back. This is Freedom March. We're talking about the F&M Convention and the cabinet of Minnis turning against him. Light up your torch and throw rock after dark. They throw more rock after dark. Let them throw rock after dark. This is Freedom March. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Tomorrow, as you are aware, is Saturday, the 25th of May, 2024. Everybody know that I'm a member of St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church. And tomorrow, St. Joseph is going to have a bazaar, a national fair. I think we haven't had a fair like in 4 years, I think. Please don't hold me to it. But tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m., Boyd Road, where St. Joseph Catholic Church is located, there's going to be a major fair and a raffle. I think it's a car raffle. Please, members of the public, I want you to come and support the church. The church carries out a lot of social functions. There are many indigenous people who come to the church, and the church has a social ministry of feeding the poor, clothing the poor, and providing comfort to the youth. So whatever you do tomorrow, stop by. Perhaps you can still buy a raffle ticket, and you can participate in the many eats and treats that are taking place at St. Joseph. It's powerful. Bradley?
All right, let's do some birthdays quickly. And after that, we'll do some ads. So we got a birthday list today. Happy birthday to Jay Lee of Mason's Editions, the Saxon superstar, coming from his wife Stacy Lee, sisters, brothers, family, and friends, and from Anthony Slippery Etienne and his wife Renee Etienne. Okay, so happy birthday to Jay Lee of Mason's Edition. All right, so happy 75th birthday to Miss Ina Rule, one of the women them of Bimini, coming from her children, Meredith, Omar, Ken, Teresa, Mario, and Tanya, the grandchildren, the great-granddaughter, Kiana. So happy 75th birthday to Miss Ina Rule. Okay, Angela Cooper. Happy birthday going out to Miss Angelina Cooper. It's coming from my husband, Hartman Cooper Jr., the daughters, attorney Caramel, Kaliva, Jade, sons Andrew and Sereno, grandson Brandon, sisters Florence, Emily, Nebra, Gail, brothers Raymond and Heston. A lot of family and friends, enjoy your birthday. Happy birthday, Mistress Angelina Cooper. Okay, so we have a special shout out to Carlton Arthur II. Congratulations to Carlton A. Arthur II on his accomplishments in Chicago. With 3 subjects going A+ from your parents, grandparents, sisters, uncles, and aunts, family and friends. So special shout out, congratulations to Carlton A. Arthur. What do you have, Sandra?
Well, the most I can say is I want to wish everybody a happy birthday. And for those people who perhaps have a special anniversary, I say happy anniversary to you. It's powerful.
SHSS Electrical. Let's see, they're in the former Mid-Muffler building, Chesapeake Road. They have, let's see, Square D products, switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels, electrical. Nobody has better prices on electrical supplies than SHSS Electrical. Whether it's Square D products, switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels, electrical wires, and meter cans, you'll find everything you need. Dial 605-7777. Visit them on Chesapeake Road in the former Mid-Muffler building. So that's SHSS Electrical. You can also pick up ceiling fans and outdoor floodlights.
And of course, that is very, very powerful indeed. So,
so we'll do, let's see, who? Western Air.
Yeah.
All right, Western Air. Dream of an island escape, Western Air makes it easy. Fly with us to North Lutra on our daily North flights. Enjoy the convenience of affordable fares, top-notch service, and reliable schedules. Whether you're planning a family vacation or a quick getaway, Western Air has you covered. Book your tickets today at westernairbahamas.com and experience the island adventure you've been waiting for. Western Air. Enjoy your journey.
This is powerful, powerful indeed, my spiritual
Money Max
advisor.
is next.
And then, of course, there is Money Max, isn't it? Yeah.
So let's see if I can find
Money Max.
Where can I find Money Max? Which one? 1 or 2?
Anyone.
Money Max. Tired of waiting in lines? Wait no more. Download the Money Max app today. The powerful application enables you to pay all utility bills, purchase top-ups, spend sound, all of it, sound enable, merchants, and more. Sign up for convenience with Money Max. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Money Max, live your max life. Go to number 1. Go to Money Max 1.
Was this Money Max 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Did you do the 3?
Yes.
Okay,
All
so
right, that's it?
yeah. So folks, we were talking about F&M politics, and we were talking over the fact that Michael Pintard launched his campaign last night, and the entire Minister cabinet, with the exception of 2 people, did not show up. And in fairness to Frankie Campbell, you would recall Frankie Campbell served in Minister administration. Well, Frankie, there's no evidence that Frankie showed up at Minister meeting, nor did he show up at Michael Pintard's own. From where I stood secretly, I could not see him, and my presence was very spiritual. And I want to say to that Negro woman, the 2 Negro men whose name you call and say ministers have them with him, I can tell you authoritatively they are not delegates. I do not wish to call their names because one of them is not saved and the other one used to be a very good friend of mine in the 80s, and I don't want to call his name. But take it from me, notwithstanding that he might cut Minnie's head, and the other one is like Minnie's buffoon, buffoon, they can't vote. And in a convention, it is the people who are delegates and can vote. And the only people who can vote are delegates, officers, MCMs, that kind of people, and those who are selected as delegates to the convention. So those 2 Negroes, although one of the Negro is light-skinned, he can't vote. Take it from me. I'm in a position to tell you because I have very good contact within the party, and there are powerful forces in the party who talks to me secretly, and they know I love secret. So the secret now is, how do you get ministers to gracefully walk away? I don't know. I don't know how do you do it, but it's a beautiful competition that is taking place. And of course, the most powerful observation is Winston D. Aguilar. And why that would be significant, I would have told you of the cultural allegation that both D. Aguilar and Dr. Minnis, D. Aguilar on the Benjamin side, okay? That's his mom family. And Minnis on the north side, that's his mother's family. That's 2 great Haitian family. Notwithstanding that Minnis D. Aguilar ain't playing no Haitian in this, right? The only person who's fool enough to play Haitian in this is me. But D. Aguilar ain't playing that. He's out to get rid of Minnis. Minnis has been an intellectual embarrassment. And I can tell you that in the case of D. Aguilar, he takes embarrassment hard because he has a number of wonderful Conky Joe friends. And when they would have asked him, what kind of Negro is Dr. Minnis? He couldn't defend Minnis, so he's excited to help Michael to get rid of Dr. Minnis. So it's a wonderful thing. My spiritual advisor, I've been dominating the F&M talks.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear. I heard 1 or 2 speeches coming from the convention. I was able to listen for a few minutes to KP the Turnquest and his contribution during they had an unstoppable send-off or whatever. What was it that Michael Pintard had yesterday or last evening?
He
at the
launched,
Hilton. Not the Hilton. Where was he last night?
At the British Colonial
Hilton.
Hilton.
Yeah. Now here's what I'm gathering. But this is very interesting. It does seem as if what has happened is while Dr. Minnis was in power, there were men who served under him who were afraid to tell him how they felt about his leadership. And now they're now speaking out against his leadership and the kind of person he was. As a matter of fact, in listening to Peter Turnquest's speech, he talked about how Michael Pentard will not be this I man. And then he talked about how Michael Pentard would be a man of the people. He talked about how Michael Pentard would not be a selfish person. He talked about how Michael Pentard would not be a person who does not listen. So I'm gathering that apparently there were some men who served under Dr. Minnis who was afraid of his, I don't know if his axe-wielding power.
Well, they were very upset with him.
Or they just couldn't speak with him one-on-one about how they felt about him.
When they discovered that Minnis was buying that bedroom suit.
Fix your corner, Sandro.
Thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
When they discovered that Minnis was buying the female diplomat, that big bed, that expensive rug, they complained. Some of them quietly
Who did they complain to?
Quietly complained to Minnis. And Minnis said something, it is alleged, just very disparaging to them. And so they have him in, because if you were to suggest to the Prime Minister that he should not buy a $14,000 rug or $10,000 mirror, you would be very upset if your Prime Minister, it is alleged to have said, now listen here, I like women, because that has nothing to do with anything. This is strictly economics. This is strictly protecting public funds. And they were not listening to Minnis. They were very displeased with what he was doing. And nobody wanted an argument of being fired, you know.
Yeah, it seems as if they were afraid, actually.
Well, I think it was the art of survival. And they decided they will wait until they are on equal footing with the general election victory of Philip Davis and the Progressive Liberal Party. Mr. Davis liberated the FNM and restored dignity to the men. And now they are all free. So this is what is beautiful about democracy. And of course, we see, for instance, Ricky Mackey. Ricky Mackey is the former FNM Member of Parliament for Harbour Island. And he and Richard Lightburn, they were very good friends. Richard was like his Conky Joe, and he was like Richard Negro. And they were very, very close. But Minnis attempted to create, you know, a problem with them. But thank God, with the defeat of Minnis, Ricky Mackey and Dick, Richard Lightburn, are now friends.
Well, they finally have gotten a chance to really get Dr. Minnis to see how they feel about him, actually. Yeah. And they're doing it in big numbers.
Well, Darren Cash, for instance, who at one time I think served as a treasurer in the FNM, Minnis was very unkind to Darren, very disrespectful to Darren, refused to recognize that Darren was indeed a human being. Well, Darren had the pleasure last night of showing up so that Minnis will know that he intends to join the forces to turn him back. So that was very, very significant. And then you had the young Conky Joe boy who succeeded Brian Seminet, Adrian White. Adrian White has always been a very disciplined Conky Joe, and he is towing the line. He is out to turn Minnis back. And then we see a number of senators. Take, for instance, Senator Maxine Seymour and Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis. She is the daughter of the current president of the Court of Appeal, Sir Michael Barnett, who once ran for the FNM in Fort Charlotte. Well, Michaela is there, and everybody knows that Michaela don't mess around. So Michaela is towing the traditional line, and she will not be supporting Dr. Minnis. Interestingly enough, is the political activist Cassius Stewart. Cassius has shown up, and it appears that Cassius has shown his support behind Michael Pintard. You would recall that in the 2012 general election, Michael would have been the FNM candidate in Bamboo Town, if I have it correct, and Brentwood Wells was the PLP candidate, if I have it correct, and Hubert Ingram and Branwell McCartney perhaps had just fallen out with the FNM, and I think Ingram must have said, let the three of them tangle, and of course, Branwell, Brentwood Wells, who at that time was the PLP candidate, he won that seat. So it's been a very interesting thing taking place in the country as FNM's cabinet ministers, former cabinet ministers, they're coming forward. Then there's an interesting man who's shown up. That would be Kenyatta Gibson. You would recall that Kenyatta Gibson was PLP, and Perry Christie had to handle him after him, and then Fort Charlotte Member of Parliament, not Fort Charlotte, Yellow Elder Member of Parliament, that would be, what was his name? They got in a fight in the cabinet, him and, what is the PLP former candidate? I can't even remember name, even though I know him good. He was the MP for Yellow Elder.
Okay.
Is he a Smith? Goodness me, I can't remember his name. But they got in a big fight, and they didn't know that Code is his name.
Yeah, Code Smith, yeah.
No one knew that Code Smith was in Japan training. They thought he was only being educated in Japan because Code speak Japanese fluently. Most people isn't aware of that, but Code speak Japanese fluently, and he knows how to do sambo wrestling. You know the sambo wrestling? You get half naked.
Sambo. Which one is that?
I'm not sure. You know, I can't pronounce these words, but you get half naked in a napkin, big belly, big buttocks. You wrestle and you throw one another. Well, not only was Code Smith a sambo wrestler, he was a karate expert. And Kenyatta didn't realize that. And when he drew off, Code was able to block and drop kick him, almost drop kicking him from the third or the fourth floor. But thank God, Christie had put in some brand new windows which prevented him from coming out. And so, that tangle led to one thing to the other thing, and next thing we know, Kenyatta was in the FNM. Well, Kenyatta has shown up. So that is very significant that Kenyatta Gibson, he was also there. So Minnis now is able to see who all has turned against him, all right? And you would recall that on Tuesday, or perhaps Wednesday of this week, I pointed out to you that notwithstanding that Minnis had that big meeting, there were key people who did not show up. And so finally, they are in a position to get Minnis. And the good thing about getting Minnis is it's politics. I don't think they hate him, right? It's politics. So they're about to show Minnis that he was in charge of them when he was leader of the FNM and prime minister. Now they want to get rid of him. And I think it's a wonderful thing. They didn't listen to me when I told them that Minnis had misled me. They said, what you mad about? I said, listen, Minnis promised me a nomination. I was on Arawaki. I was having a little bit of cow salad, 1 or 2 fritters. Minnis came, interrupt my table, offer me a nomination. I said, Minnis, you ain't serious. He said, he's serious. Next time he promised me something, I can tell him, take he out. I didn't tell him to take us out. And Minnis fooled me. I look at that man. I said, goodness me, Minnis is only 2 years older than I am. And you think he can get away fooling me? So I hope to be alive on the 1st of June. I hope to go to the convention to get the results. And I hope to see Minnis defeated. And depending on how I feel, once they announce he is defeated, I will say, boo. Yeah, but it's politics, okay? But the sign is written on the wall. So you can...
The handwriting.
The handwriting, thank you, my spiritual advisor, is written on the wall. And you could always say to Minnis, meeny, meeny, tickle you fasten. Thou art weighed in the balance and found wanting. So it would be a glorious thing for the country that Minnis is defeated, and then he could go in retirement, and perhaps him and Brother Jack's, Brother Jack's, please forgive me, him and Brother Jack's sister, Dr. Dal Regis, is that her name? I think that's her name. They could, you know, put together a medical thing, but we have to keep Minnis out of power. I'm afraid that if he returns as leader and prime minister, he's going to interfere with the case involving his son. You would recall that there were a number of FNMs who were charged, who went over the bridge, and Minnis made it clear that when I become prime minister, this case ain't going nowhere. And so he had the political power, and he interfered with the administration of justice. But what do you think this is about? This is about Minnis in his plot to interfere with the administration of justice. Take it from me. I see Minnis way down the road under the tree. All right? So we must turn him back. And then after we would have voted Minnis out, well, let's hope that the PLP would put up decent Loretta Butler Turner to run against him. And if that happens, and I'm well, because these days I'm not well, but if I'm well, I'll go down in Gambia where I will call upon the people to reject Minnis, okay? And that would be powerful, and that you should vote for decent Loretta Butler Turner. So, my spiritual advisor, it's a great day. All right?
Yeah, it was interesting to see all those folks that turned out for Michael Pentard's Unstoppable. Interesting indeed. Wow, I saw Marvin Dames. I saw a picture of Marvin Dames. Did Marvin Dames show up last night?
Marvin showed up. You think Marvin's fooling? Huh?
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Marvin showed up.
Well, I think one of the things that really bothered a lot of the ministers serving under ministers when he called the election early. I think that really, really bothered them. And they just couldn't wait for an opportunity to get back at him. He was warned not to call the election, and for some reason he didn't listen. He called the election early, and wow.
Well, you can't blame Minnis. Minnis was under a lot of...
yeah, but it's only about 8 months ago, though, Santa.
Yeah, but he was under a lot of pressure.
Why not serve it out?
Understand, first of all...
Ain't nobody asked him to call it, you know. He did on his own.
You don't know if anybody... The PLP kept challenging him and calling on him. The PLP called
he fell right into that
Minnis,
trap.
and Minnis listened. This is freedom march. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Minnis is losing. Michael Pentard is winning. FNMs unite. Let us vote against Minnis. Isn't that powerful? All together, vote against Minnis. Minnis, we got you. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and there's breaking news coming from the Free National Movement. There are strong reports coming in that the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, is attempting to withdraw his candidacy as a candidate for leader in the FNM, claiming that the electoral process for the convention is rigged, it's not in his favor, and he's going to withdraw. So you would recall that I told you that a senior FNM had informed me that Minnis is alleged to have approached former Prime Minister Perry Gladstone Christie with a view to Christie passing a message to Mr. Ingram to have Mr. Ingram find a clever way to get him to withdraw. So this is the development that is taking place, in which Minnis is alleging that the election will not be fair. You may not be aware that Minnis is an expert in determining fair elections, as when he ran for leader of the FNM, every person that he was able to identify as being in opposition to him, he ensured that they were not delegates. He did everything in his power, and that is how he came to power. Now he's watching out for the same thing. While there is no proof that Minnis has, a source say this is what he is alleging. And face it, it makes sense. Minnis should withdraw. Why should a former Prime Minister allow himself to be beaten at the convention? Certainly he has not learned from Hubert Ingram. Hubert Ingram never ran in an election in the FNM unless he knew he was able to win. And when Ingram concluded that his popularity was such that he could not win an election, he did the right thing. He stayed away from it. Minnis is now about to damage his political reputation. But let us not forget what all FNM know. When it comes to ignorant, the right, or shall I say, the most honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis is perhaps the most ignorant Prime Minister that we have seen in an independent Bahamas. Remember I told it to you, eh? He's from Baintown, and I still live in Baintown. This is powerful. My spiritual advisor, isn't it time?
Yes, we can.
Calls?
Yeah, let's invite some calls before we close today. The numbers to call is 323-7775. The number to call is 698-0775. If you want to call us, you can also call us on 698-0776. So the lines are, they open up, so you can call us to engage in conversation until the show closes. We have about 17 minutes to engage with. The numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. All right, so Sandra, we await some calls.
Yeah, as we await, let me just remind members of the public that my church, St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, will be holding a National Bazaar Fair tomorrow morning, starting from about 11 a.m., right there on Bird Road at the St. Joseph Parish Yard. And there will be a variety of dishes on sale, other goodies, other games, and of course, a major car raffle. So please go and support the church. The church has carried out a major social initiative in that community. There are hundreds of people practically every day who comes for social assistance, and the church provides it. So help the church. It's powerful. So remember, tomorrow, starting about 11 a.m.
You got some calls?
Go ahead, my
Do you
spiritual
know
advisor.
the FNM is having a fair tomorrow as well?
Well, I
We'll
don't
talk about that.
I don't want to promote the FNM fair. I want
Big fair
the
tomorrow.
country. I want the country to go to St. Joseph. Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Miss Monker.
Yes.
You might as well promote the free education or promote the FM. And what's happening with the FM? I guess you save your job. Because actually you should be something for the Iltv. I believe.
Okay, thank you, caller. Your call is a bit garbled.
What did Negro
I think I
lady say?
gather she said you might as well did promote the fair because you seem to be promoting the F&M all over the show.
Oh,
anyhow,
okay.
But we couldn't hear, we couldn't understand what she said because of the
Okay.
call. Anyhow, call us 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello?
Good afternoon, caller. You live.
Oh, yes, hi, good afternoon. I was saying that I'm sorry to hear about Doc the minute backing out because I was ready to rock with Doc.
Oh, okay.
But don't
In
walk.
my spirit,
Yeah.
I ask God for forgiveness in advance if I'm wrong. But in my spirit, with Pintas, he seems so arrogant to me. And I can be wrong. And I hope I'm not right. That's all I wanted to say.
I thank you for your comments.
So much, caller. All right, take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend. 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. But Dr. Menace is...
Hello,
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, caller.
special advisor.
Yes, sir.
I think Rodney is wrong, in that Menace made him a superstar with Rock with Doc. Rock Baby, that hit song. He should be grateful to Menace for that, man. He may have another hit song if he votes for Menace.
Okay. All right. We hear you. Is that it?
That is so.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Okay. 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monco,
Hello.
I would also like you to know that Our Ladies of the Holy Soul is having their annual Catholic Bazaar and Raffle on tomorrow,
Really?
starting at 11 a.m. by the park of St. Peter, Devoe and Young Street.
Okay, this is powerful. Well, I thank you for telling me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, caller. 323-7775. We lost that call. 698-0775.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Mr. Special Advisor, Mr. Manka?
Welcome to Freedom March.
Yes, sir. I'd like to send out a shout to all the saints of God around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, at the Refuge Tabernacle, Redeem, Temple of Prayer. And I'd like to send out a shout to all of my neighbors, them, and to everyone that's about to deposit a loved one back to Mother's Day to have a couple of them who have gone on to glory. Let us continue to pray for them, and let us continue to pray for the male seats of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the sick and the shut in and those incarcerated. And I'd like to send out a shout, and I pray that we don't have no murder during this weekend by the grace of God.
Amen.
And Zion travail, sons and daughters will be born into the kingdom. Y'all have a blessed weekend and enjoy the rest of the evening. God
All right.
bless you.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Ezekiel.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
How are you?
Doing well, sir.
Good. Mr. Monco,
Sir.
ladies on the Wolf Street and Young Street have an affair tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
This is powerful.
That's all you could say? Man, it just showed me that you don't know much about nothing but nothing.
That is
you have
true.
a good day.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, we don't have any more calls. What did he say?
Let's ignore it.
All right, so what is this latest development now with the former Prime Minister where he's withdrawn because he thinks
The
that...
handwriting is on the wall. Menace is beginning to realize that
he can't win.
his leadership was tolerated because we live in a democracy, and there were occasions when he locked down the country without thinking, and it caused citizens to revolt.
Mm-hmm.
You would recall that citizens began to throw rock and bottle, even breaking up a police vehicle, which called for then citizen Wayne Monroe to enter and to negotiate peace between the Royal Bahamas Police Force and many citizens who were incited by Minnie's insensitivity to insurrection.
Anyhow, welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello?
Good afternoon, caller.
Yes. Good afternoon, Social Advisor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Munfer.
Sir,
Mr. Munfer,
sir,
it would appear to the general Bahamian public that you would sell out to any side. If Doc had given you the nomination, followed through, you would have been on his side.
but of course,
Yes.
that is correct. Dr. Minnis offered me a nomination. This had nothing to do with selling out. I was minding my own business. He offered me a nomination. I refused it. When he insisted, I said, okay, that isn't selling out. I had a right.
But when you look at the fact that PLP gave you government crap, are you a 100?
No. Let's get it fast. Before the PLP employed me, I was fighting Doc. So that is the facts. And I then made a decision that I will remain F&M philosophically, but I will vote PLP. There's nothing improper about that. Just check the history.
But remember when you was a DNA?
Yeah, I was a DNA, but now my leader, as you can see, he's following Minnis.
I'm confused. You make my head dizzy.
No. Listen to me. Do you know Sir Orville Turnquest?
I've heard of it. I'm not in that
Sir
era.
Orville Turnquest is a former Governor General. He is the father of Tommy Turnquest and the maternal uncle of Dr. Dwayne Sands. Every political party in the country, Tommy father, Sir Orville Turnquest, was a member. And at the end of the day, he became the Governor General of the Bahamas. There's nothing indecent, immoral, or sinful about that. It's a matter of negotiation and the political time when these maneuvers take place.
Well, I agree with you with that. I have a political party coming up, and I want to put my side. You look like you'll sell out to the highest bidder.
No, I don't sell out. I remain committed to the Bahamian people. Take it from me. I don't sell out.
All right.
Okay.
323-7775. We don't have more calls, but listen, we get some information.
Yes.
Let's see. There's an unconfirmed record. There's some unconfirmed reports coming out of TCI. TCI, Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. What's going on there?
Now they're saying that the tourists. Where do I find that? Now they're saying that the American tourist Brian, how do you pronounce his name? Hadrick. They say he has been released in Turks and Caicos on a 1-year probation.
Okay.
And fined $6,700.
Okay.
And apparently he's on his way home.
Now, what was he charged for?
The possession of guns, ammunition.
Is it possession and importation?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know.
All right. Well, the Turks and Caicos is a colony of Great Britain. They have rules and laws, and it must be enforced.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what does this mean now? 1-year probation?
Well, 1-year probation means that he cannot commit any crime in the Turks and Caicos. If he does that within a year, if he does any infraction of the law within the Turks and Caicos, he possibly could be either fined again and or imprisoned.
All right, great. Yeah, so he is fined $6,700.
Okay.
So they'll allow him to go back home.
Yeah.
And,
Since the American government is complaining, as opposed to telling their citizen, take the bullets out your bags before you leave home.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
You have a call? Oh, that's the American there? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So his name is Brian Hadrick.
Yeah.
Hadgeric.
Brian, when you're coming to the Turks and Caicos, search your bag before you leave home.
Call.
You have no right to bear arms in the Turks and Caicos, only in the United States.
Thank you so much, Mr. Producer. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon, spiritual advisor and Mr. Moncur.
Good
So,
afternoon.
This is the Conky Joe Man, Abaco.
how are you doing? I haven't heard your voice in a long, long time.
Yeah, sometimes I work in late, can't get to catch you to call in.
Well, I'm happy to hear your voice. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I have a couple questions that you could answer today or another time you find out.
Well, let me see. Go ahead.
In the concerning of all the times we're talking about the different parties that runs for the Bahamas,
Yes.
what would happen if the Bahamian people would wake up and don't vote for neither party? What would be the outcome of that?
It would mean that those who are currently members of parliament shall remain members of parliament.
Oh, well, that's bad.
So if you don't go to the poll, it will be a declaration that you are pleased with Philip Davis
Yes, and the
and
current
the people
leadership,
he
yeah.
has in parliament, and you are pleased with Michael Pentard and the people he has in parliament.
Okay.
Government will be continuous, okay?
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, so I get that now. My next comment is what I would like to suggest to the Bahamian people that are listening is I think it's time that we try a different name and a group of people because, you know, we've had the same people year after year, doesn't matter which side. Yeah, we have some new people last time and this time, but, you know, they have to follow their ball. We always remember there's only one guy running the show, you know?
Well-
And right now, I've been a PLP from when I turned 18, and this time voting will be 5 times.
You voted
Time
PLP
that-
5
yes.
times?
And the PLP right now, are they doing Abaco? I've tried to get hold of the MP for the last 6 months just to ask a couple of things so that he can help out in where I live. And the man doesn't answer his phone.
Now, who's your MP?
Number, he just don't answer me no more.
Hold on a second. Who's your MP?
My MP is the white man that ran in Central and South Abaco, John Pinder from
Okay.
Oak Town.
Listen to me. I want you to give me a chance. Give me an opportunity to speak to John Pinder because I think that he's a wonderful citizen, a wonderful
Well,
person.
yeah, everybody has their opinion. I agree, yeah, but like I said, I only wanted
Let
to
me-
do some things in my...
Look, you
Yeah,
are
he's a lousy
you
MP.
are stop that, my
Right
spiritual
now,
advisor.
I can say lousy, but yeah, lousy is right now lousy.
No,
Yeah.
don't listen to the spiritual advisor.
Special advisor is wise. He is right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but don't
a
listen to
lousy-
him. I want you to
the man
listen to me
complaining.
because I'm an FNM who voted PLP, and
Trying
you've
to
been
save
with
that
PLP
lousy
from you
man.
was 18. Give me a
Guess what,
chance.
Mr.
Listen to me. Give me a chance to
Go ahead,
speak.
go ahead.
Give me a chance to speak to John Pinder.
I appreciate that.
All right? And you have my number. Give me a call tomorrow. All right?
Okay.
And we're going to wait things out because I don't intend to let any Negro take that seat. Okay?
Well, you know, but like I said, and it's not only in the settlement where I live, and it's all the other settlements of what he has under him, he's been treating
I will talk to two people.
poorly.
I
you
will
know,
talk
and
to
not
John
say that
Pinder,
we
and I will
call him once a month. Only time I try to get hold of him is if he could, I could ask him questions or can he, but
no problem. I'm going to talk to John
then don't
Pinder.
call me.
I'm going to talk to John Pinder, and I'm going to talk to the national chairman of the PLP. You give me a
Appreciate
call.
that.
You have my number?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, we have your number. You have your private
Give me a
number.
call because I want to ask you a question that I don't want nobody else to hear. Okay?
Okay.
I love John Pinder. I think he's a great person.
I
and-
thinking he was going to be very active, not because of these white or Abaco, but you know, he got to help out everybody. He has
Well,
places and he's
leave him to me.
Must be about 9 of them.
Leave him to me. I want you to leave the County Joe to me. I know exactly how to work with them, okay?
Well, I'll appreciate it, Mr. Moncur.
Call me tomorrow.
I appreciate it. All right. Thank you very
You
much.
do well.
And spiritual advisor,
Yes.
you know, you're a wise man.
You don't listen to the
I
spiritual
listen to
advisor.
what you say.
Yeah, we got a couple lousy
don't listen to him.
PLP MPs.
Yes.
John Pinder is a wonderful Conky Joe citizen.
All right.
We'll see what
Thank you very
happens.
much. I'll try to get hold of you tomorrow.
You
and
call me tomorrow.
We'll see what we can do.
Yes.
All right, you take care now.
You leave that
You
to
have
me.
a good weekend, you
Have a
all,
good
and
weekend.
hopefully be safe.
All right,
Thank
say
you.
hi to your wife for me, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye.
I want somebody to get a message to John Pinder. I want John Pinder of the Progressive Liberal Party to pay attention to Abaco. And I want John Pinder to treat all the people very well. And I'm very disturbed that the Conky Joe citizens are complaining. John, for heaven's sake, you gotta check your constituents, okay? And see what their concerns are. You can't hide from them. All right? And you and I must touch base. If it means I must catch the mailboat and head to Abaco. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Mr. Munker and spiritual advisor.
Hello, my dear.
Mr. Munker, you should be happy now. You got spiritual advisor on your side. Both of you guys are singing for your suppers. Okay?
What, I don't
Both
sing
of
for
you.
supper.
1 minute, you go F&M. The next minute, you PLP.
I don't
you
sing-
need to stop it.
I don't
No,
sing
no,
for
no,
supper.
no, 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 no.
Goodbye.
No,
Have
no,
a
no,
good
my
day.
dear.
I don't sing for supper, ma'am. I
may
buy my own supper, okay?
You may say goodbye. I am an F&M who votes PLP.
I don't
I've
sing for
never
supper.
denied the F&M. I told people I'm an F&M. I'm just voting PLP because Minutes was no good. Okay? As simple as that. Go ahead.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Hello, call you there? We lost that call.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You're live, caller.
Yes. Hi, Rodney. How you doing?
I'm fine, my dear. How are you?
I'm great. You know me very well. This
Okay.
is Pamela from St. Wallace Miller out of Town.
This Pamela?
Now in Port Charlotte.
Pamela, my childhood friend
Yes, sir.
from West Street?
From West Street.
Pamela, what's going on? How is Minutes doing?
He's doing excellent.
Do you think he will win?
I'm calling you
Do you think he will
as a
win?
part of one of his campaign agents
Okay.
to say that he is not dropping out the race.
Okay.
He will run to the finish line and finish first.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you
There's no truth to whatever's being said that he is not running.
So he's
He is
running.
running as he has nominated, and he will follow through.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he's the best man for the job, and he will get it done.
Now,
They're hanging people.
one question I have for you, Pamela. Are you
Yes.
a voting delegate?
No, I can't vote,
Okay. Okay. I thank you, Pamela.
but I have influence, though.
Pamela, listen to me. Unless you could vote, you
get it?
don't count.
You
Oh, no, I don't vote because I run and I'll be the next deputy chairman of the Free National Movement.
But on the face, you have no
And
vote.
I am financial and
And I'm disappointed that you don't have any vote. You
Not
mean to
like
tell
you.
me all them talk I had with you from you as a little baby girl, you didn't realize that you should be an officer or delegate? Come
I am
on.
running as an officer.
Anyway, I come into your house.
You need plenty of influence there.
You still,
Yeah, come.
You still live in that big house?
Yes, come.
I'm coming there, okay?
Okay.
And don't put the dog on me.
I got to get it done. I don't know.
Okay, but I love cats.
All right, take care, caller. We can take one more call. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you
Hey,
live.
Brother Munka,
So,
how you doing, man?
listen, I'm fine. How are you?
That's the last call.
Great, yeah. I just calling to let you know, too, that you need to do something with Vaughn Miller.
What about Vaughn
don't-
Miller?
He don't come in the Golden Eyes constituents or nothing. He is like spiritual advisor say. He's one of them lousy one, too.
Yeah, 10 people complain about
That
Vaughn
cannot
Miller
be
today.
true because I have personally attended a number
Hey.
of functions
Brother
in that
Munka,
constituency. Yes, sir?
I say, I say, boy, I ain't going to name with this my constituent, but I say he lousy.
Well, what you
He
do...
talks the floor, and he don't check for the people of Golden Eyes.
Well, we will change that. You
Yeah.
give me a
Well,
call.
you change it, and when I see you, I can tell you, and
Caller, you're right. You're right, caller.
Caller, if
Okay.
I am your boy, you give me a chance to speak with the minister, and then we will make judgment after that.
Hey,
Yeah.
but before you say anything else,
Yeah.
2.5 years I've been trying. He lousy.
I disagree with you because
10 people
I've
complain
attended,
about-
my spiritual advisor, let me
10
talk.
people complain about 1 million
I've
a day.
attended a number of functions which he held, and it was so well attended.
It's a show, man. It's
Okay.
a show.
Well, we'll talk. You contact me, okay?
All right, take care, caller.
Thank you.
Later.
That's it.
All right.
We come to the end of the show, actually.
Well,
Just
folks,
24
it's a
seconds.
weekend. St. Joseph is having a bazaar tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. Boyd Road at St. Joseph Catholic
Boyd
Church.
or Boyd?
St. Joseph Catholic Church. Please come and support it. Listen, folks, be safe. It's a wonderful day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and it is my hope and prayer it will be a peaceful weekend. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. God save the Turks and Caicos. Everybody, do well. My spiritual advisor, until Monday, be safe.